I want to know, was it a big mistake to educate women?
Jesse Lee Peterson. I've missed him.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I have with me JaclynGlenn. She is a major voice for atheism on YouTube. You don't look like an atheist. How did that happen to you?
How does one look like an atheist?
Oh, kind of like Satan.
I wonder if he still thinks I don't look like an atheist. I wonder if the 9-month pregnant belly I'm rocking makes me look more heavenly or some shit. I don't know. Jesse Lee Peterson discusses with, apparently, he called them experts. There are men out there that are experts on whether or not women should be educated. I mean, of course there are.
So I was thinking about, and I'm pretty sure all you guys know my opinion about it, but since you're experts.
I saw this and I just had to make a video. I was looking for something ridiculous and funny to be like a lighthearted follow-up to my last video. Well, I guess not a follow-up, but just something to follow my last video because that one was like sad and depressing. So I was like, I need something lighthearted and funny and just stupid, preferably like a Christian cringe type of thing. And who better to cringe at, honestly? I mean, can you think of anyone better than Jesse Lee Peterson? Ray Comfort doesn't come close. I mean, honestly, it's difficult to find. But anyway, he sits here with his panel of experts. And they, of course, discuss the much needed topic of, whether or not women should have an education, not whether or not they should vote or drive or get married to who they want or have a say over what happens to their own body. This is another topic. This is just, should they be educated? And unfortunately, in this video, they don't go into detail. Like, I personally want to, like, does that mean women shouldn't learn how to read and write? Does it go that far? I'm sure if they don't think you should have an education, they don't think you should vote. So we'll just put that on there. And then driving is a skill. So let's add that. And they already don't think you should have a right to your body. So basically women are pets at this point. We're just, we're adorable little pets. Oh, cute women. Everybody should get one. Anyway, this is what this panel of experts had to say.
I want to know, was it a big mistake to educate women? Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was a mistake. It was a mistake to educate them.
So why was it a big mistake to educate women?
Because look at them. They're already like conceited and think that they know better without that stuff.
They think that they know better without that stuff. That stuff meaning education. They're already conceited. You say this literally as you're trying to say that only men should have an education and only men are worthy of making like worldly decisions and only men are capable of being smart and all of these things. And you're like, yeah, but they're conceited. So like, that's why, those things, duh. I wonder what these panel of men would think about like sexual liberation and being open-minded. God forbid someone be like sex positive. That might make their heads explode. And you know what? Let's try to do that really quick. Let's try. I love when my sponsorships match like this, but this video is sponsored by Adam and Eve. Yes! All these men need to go to Adam and Eve and fucking take a chill pill. If you go to adamandeve.com and use my name, Jaclyn, Jaclyn, as a code at checkout, you can get 50% off any one item and free shipping, which is an amazing deal. I love Adam and Eve. Honestly, their products are amazing. Highly recommend to everyone watching and these 4 men. And I do have a channel dedicated to Adam and Eve unboxings where I posted one that I did recently where I go through and they sent me so many cool things. So I really do hope you guys watch it. I will leave a link to that in the description below. So make sure you click on it, check it out, go to Adam and Eve, use my name as a code, get those deals, be sex positive and piss off these 4 men. Come on, let's do it together, ladies and guys. I think everyone can, you know what? Anyone could piss off people like this because they seem easily triggered by things. Also the kind of people that would call everyone else triggered. But let's just move on.
And then when they get the education, and by the way, education is like geared towards girls now.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
don't know if it's meant to be like that.
It's a girl education, and it's weak.
Education is weak, like a girl. I don't know what that means. I've heard Jesse Lee Peterson many times before complain about like colleges being liberal and all of that, so maybe that's where he's trying to go. I just find it ironic that these men, who clearly are not the most intelligent bunch, you know, they ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, not the brightest crayon in the box, just saying, how would they have such a great understanding of the education system when they clearly have not participated? I don't know.
So not only was it a mistake for women to vote, it was a mistake to let them be educated as well.
Right.
Oh, well, there we go. Covered. I brought up voting earlier. They just cleared it up for me. Of course. That should not be allowed. Of course not.
Let them be educated as well.
Right.
Amazing.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a woman who's educated. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. But I won't use my eyes to read. Beautiful, beautiful, Jaclyn.
Yeah, it seems like it.
And why do you say yes?
It seems
was
like
a
it.
mistake.
Well, I noticed the women are like leading. They're like leading in education. Like they're the teachers. They're like really involved in that world.
My God, women teachers, when will the treachery end?
The globalists want women to be educated.
I know.
Remember
that's how they
that
bring it.
Mahalalala? That one girl?
Mahalalala.
She got shot in the face.
So I was reading an article about this, and I will link it in the description below. But I want to explain this a little further. It says, Hake, the guy that was speaking, unfortunately, purposefully mispronounced Malala's name as Mahalalala and dismissed the schoolgirl's kidnapping because boys had also been massacred in Nigeria. If you don't know who she is, she's a Pakistani women's rights activist who survived a Taliban assassination attempt at age 15. And they are gonna sit here and mock her? What scum!
By some Muslim radicals.
Mahalalala.
She's like a 13-year-old Muslim girl. She's been 13 for years. And she got shot in the face because she wanted to be educated.
What an insensitive piece of shit. I mean, really. This guy, I don't understand how you can sleep at night being this kind of person. I don't understand how this type of person is real.
If we just pump up the ego of the woman, we can turn society upside down.
Yeah.
That's their point. Also, they keep talking about a woman's ego, while literally they're all sitting there boosting their own ego by saying that they are superior to an entire gender. It's just, it blows my mind. They don't see the hypocrisy. They just don't.
Hey, let's say you do want to get educated in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to get into science or whatever. You kind of have to have the love and logic of a man to kind of protect from yourself from, the temptation of education.
Gotta have a man to keep that temptation of being smart in check. Sometimes, I just go about my day being really dumb, and then I have a thought, like a single thought, enter my mind. But fortunately for me, I have a husband who tells me not to have that thought. Don't even think, actually. He's like, oh, you woman, I saw that temptation flicker in your eye to be educated, and I'm just here to stomp that out. You know what? I'm so happy. I'm so happy I'm having a son that I can raise to be a loving, good man, a decent person who respects women, who is thoughtful, who is smart and kind and loving. I cannot wait to teach him how to just be a good person, a good human. And who knows what life I might bring into the world in the future, if it's a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter. I just want to make good people. I want good people to exist in the world. But since I know I'm having a boy, you hear me, son? You're gonna respect a woman. Honestly, any man that needs a woman to be so submissive and so inferior to him is clearly a man that struggles with some of his own problems. A lack of confidence in their own masculinity, even in their own sexuality. This is all very reflective on who these men are as people and not at all on women. And I feel bad if there are women out there that have men like this in their life or are affected, because I'm just assuming there might be somebody, maybe, there might be somebody out there who takes this type of stuff that they're saying seriously or takes it to heart in some way. I know that personally, for myself and probably for the vast majority of people watching this video, we look at this panel of creatures and are disgusted and think it's funny. Honestly, it's comedy. This is flat out just comedy. They're not trying to be funny, but this is hilarious to me, and I think most people don't take it seriously. But I do worry for the women in these men's lives, if they have any. God, imagine that. I just hope no one's really affected by this way of thinking, that's all.
Chris, was it a mistake to educate women?
Yeah, it's a massive mistake.
Oh, that guy'd been silent until now. I was kind of hoping that he just thought the whole conversation was stupid, but now he belongs where he is.
In order to create and or maintain the type of civilization that the people have come to know and love, women are entirely incapable of doing so.
I really wonder what's going on in the psychology of these men. Like, what happened to you in your life that made you this way? Like, something happened somewhere terribly wrong.
The quality will continue to go down and down and down until we're literally in hell, unless we turn this thing around.
The quality, oh my God, the world is in danger. We must stop educating women, or literally we will all end up in the fiery pits of hell.
And so, yeah, it was a massive mistake to educate women.
I noticed that everything the women get involved with, it turned to hell.
What the fuck? Like, where is he getting this? Like, everything just goes to hell. Like, literally, women plus books equals hell.
I do know that evil come up from hell through the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And Satan knows that, and all his children knows that now, and that's why they're pushing the woman.
Y'all remember that. Next time you see a woman reading, put a stop to it immediately. Otherwise, hellfire.
In the home, the kids turn to hell. In the school, look what's happening in the schools now. When I was going to school years ago, it was peace in the school. It wasn't this mess.
Okay, Jesse, well, maybe you should revisit school. Just to see if it's still a mess. Not any other motivating factor behind me saying that. It's not like I would actually like for you to get an education beyond what you have. Like, honestly, that wouldn't suck if you got a little smarter. Just, if possible, consider continuing education. Just throwing it out there.
Everything they touch is just go. It remind me of the blacks. What?
The blacks.
Oh. What? The blacks. Oh.
Whoa!
Everything they touch is just
No, it's true.
messes up.
To see a black man being so blatantly racist really makes my head want to explode. I know I talked about their heads exploding earlier. That's the effect that this is having on me. Like, just the mockery. What are you doing? Everything that an entire race. So okay, we've already ruled out women, right? We have a gender. Now we're gonna go ahead and do a race. We're gonna rule out entire just mass groups of people and say that everything they touch just gets ruined. And this is a group of people he belongs to. What the fuck?
I know, insanity's running the show. It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, this entire conversation is. How is this real?
And they act like the women are smart and equal. Women are not smart and they're not equal to men. It's just a reality.
Coming from the person who complains about other people's egos.
We have to bring back the order of God. That's the only thing that's going to work. The men got to take over.
So that was his conversation on women, and this is nothing new for Jesse Lee Peterson. He's had many conversations like this in the past where he is equally as misogynistic. Don't worry.
See, I told you they're on an ego trip. She's proud to be educated, and being educated, there's nothing to be proud about.
Being educated is nothing to be proud about. Well, at least we know he won't struggle with pride in that department.
It really isn't. It's it builds the ego, especially with women. Mm-hmm. It builds their egos, and they really believe that they can be better and are better than men.
It's not about being better. It's about being equal. And that's where he struggles. The only person right now saying one gender is superior to the other is Jesse Lee Peterson. He's the only one, and he's saying men are better than women. I'm not here saying women are better than men. I'm sitting here saying human beings are human beings and should be treated equally. Clearly, he has a problem with equality on many fronts.
And so that's why these men who are marrying these so-called educated women, they're turning their husbands into housewives.
Husbands into housewives, yes. Let's go ahead and shame men who take part in household chores or cooking or taking care of kids. Let's just shame that. I mean, to me, That is something that a good husband or a good wife, or just, you know what, let's just get rid of the gender. A good partner helps out in all aspects of the relationship. There should never be this, like, for better word, lack of equality between two people in a relationship where it's not shared. Like I said, I feel so bad for any woman in the lives of these men, but I really do doubt at this point that is something we need to worry about, because I think that they're just probably alone, and I would honestly hope that they are. For the sake of whatever hypothetical woman they would be with, I hope that they're alone.
You know, they make them stay home, they make them babysit, they make them cook.
Babysit! They make them babysit. Well, let me tell you something. If they're your kids, right, it's not babysitting, it's parenting. If I have to go somewhere and I leave David, my husband, home with our son, it's not that he had to sign up for a babysitter role, because he signed up for the daddy role a long time before that.
Yeah.
And complaining just like the woman. But a real woman would not be on an ego trip. She would be happy to be a wife and a mother.
I am so happy. I am so happy to be a wife to an amazing man who treats me well. I am so happy to be a mother. Like, I could not be more happy. And you know what? My husband could not be more happy. He is already talking about how he's excited to learn how to do the diapers and all the things and the feedings and helping me with things. And he's stoked. He is stoked to meet our little boy, just like I am. And we are stoked to take care of him and raise him together. That's not an ego-driven thing. That's like a healthy family unit thing.
I would never, unless she's been born again, never marry an educated woman. You marry Satan's daughter.
Satan's daughter. I wonder if my dad knows that I'm Satan's daughter, because I have a pretty extensive education, actually. You know, he probably does think I'm Satan's daughter, but that would make him Satan, so maybe not. Anyway, Jesse Lee Peterson, you do not have to worry about marrying any kind of educated woman, because I don't think any woman with half a brain cell would be interested in you. Even women that I know that are super religious and would actually consider themselves very much born again, amen, praise Jesus, and they still are smart, educated people that would not be interested in Jesse Lee Peterson. I've seen many Christian women out there very disgusted with this man and what he is doing to represent Christianity. And I'm just gonna throw this challenge out there. Feel free to send this to the Girl Defines and the Paul and Morgans of the world. Feel free to send them this challenge. I would love for them to react to some of the crazy things that Jesse Lee Peterson has said. I think one of the best things Christians could do would be to take people like Jesse Lee Peterson, and he's easy, right? He's low-hanging fruit. Y'all can do it. Take people like Jesse Lee Peterson and put him in his place a little bit. Let people know that that does not represent Christianity or your viewpoints at all. Create some kind of distinction between you and the most extreme of the extremes. Even though I would still view some of the stuff that these people say as extreme, they could at least call him out. I think that there would be something pretty admirable about them calling out this type of behavior. And I think it would be helpful to Christian people that actually might be influenced by Jesse Lee Peterson. To be honest, I think the majority of people watching my video, there's not a chance in hell, where all the educated women come from, right? There's not a chance in hell that people probably watching this video are here for any other reason than for the laughs. But I bet you if people were watching a Christian channel, there's a higher likelihood that they could be affected by his words. And I think them making that kind of a video would be pretty cool. So let's see if anybody accepts my challenge. It'll be fun to see if anybody does it. Probably not. A girl can dream. Anyway, like I said, let's make those heads explode. Check out my Adam and Eve video linked below and use my code to get that discount, Jaclyn, 50% off any one item and free shipping if you use JACLYN at checkout. I love Adam and Eve. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting me. I do get demonetized a lot because I talk about religion. Apparently YouTube don't like that. So if you do want to support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Jaclyn, that would be amazing, amazing. Or you can support my merch store by going to ffvmerch.com. Lots of cute stuff there, sweatshirts, tank tops, t-shirts. We got all the things. And it definitely, probably, most likely will not, but there is a chance, send you to hell if you wear one of my shirts. So I'm just putting that disclaimer out there now. Also, yes, I am very pregnant. pregnant. I am 9 months pregnant. I am due literally any day. I'm due on the 17th, but the doctor thinks he might be here a little early. Who knows what's gonna happen, but all of my pregnancy updates and this whole journey is something that you can find on my vlog channel, youtube.com/JaclynVlogs, or if you search Frank Family Vlogs, you can see all my pregnancy updates, and I really love that channel. So if you wanna check it out and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. All right, I'm gonna go like read a book. I know, crazy. I have this book on labor that I've been reading to try to prepare myself for that. So I'm gonna go use my woman brain to like try to read words. All right, I'm gonna stop talking and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Incest is not it's on the same level as two men or two women.
No,
coming
it's
together
actually
that
not.
way. And so you don't see them on the same level.
Absolutely not. Of course not.
All right.
People having sex with family members, with minors, with animals is not on par
But at one
with
time we
gay
saw how
marriage.
gross homosexuality was. too.
No, I
We had
never
the
thought
same
that,
opinion.
actually, ever.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
Doing what?
This.